Hai teman-teman, jumpa lagi bersama saya Deddy Wicaksono di atas Gudang. Masih dalam game Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 dan masih juga di misteri hilangnya lukisan di pameran rahasia milik Werner Vogel. Sedikit rekap dari sebelumnya. Kita mengetahui bahwa lukisan karya Boniface Mercurio ini terinspirasi dari sebuah foto pesta orgi. Wanita yang diperkosa di pesta tersebut menunjukkan sketsa seorang pejabat tinggi. Sedangkan hasil investigasi terhadap pencuri dan penculik wanita itu yang tidak sengaja membunuh dirinya sendiri mengarahkan kita pada sebuah organisasi kriminal yang bahkan kepolisian pun tak dapat menyentuhnya. Tidak disangka-sangka teman-teman, hanya dari sebuah lukisan saja kita bisa mengguncang separuh dari Cordona. Interesting. Alright, mari kita mencari ke archive yang ada di kepolisian. Pertama-tama adalah Crime Intruder Statue. Oke. Niccolo Bernadotti, businessman from Scaladio. Jadi dia ada di Scaladio. Dan subjects adalah smuggling. Officer, high rank officer, ya nggak sih? Victim, witness, suspects. Ini dia. Niccolo Bernadotti, born 1834, is a businessman and patron well known in Cordona, founder and owner of Bernadotti Company, 1873. Main office Southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road, near crossing with Roman Road. Jadi Mr. Bernadotti pernah dipanggil ke kantor polisi untuk diinterogasi. Kemudian jadi ada beberapa orang menuduh bahwa orang-orang yang bekerja di bawah Mr. Bernadotti itu terlibat kepada beberapa aktivitas kriminal termasuk perampokan, ada kekerasan, racketeering itu apa ya? Mungkin merusak apa gitu kali, dan blackmail atau memeras. Mr. Bernadotti was called in for questioning as a witness. Dia sebagai witness since there is no tangible evidence. Claim to be unaware of any operation. Oke, jadi menyangkal tuduhan tersebut. It is not possible to incriminate Mr. Bernadotti with anything connected to the case. Jadi kepolisian masih belum bisa mendapatkan kesimpulan terhadap interogasi tersebut dan tidak bisa memberikan koneksi antara tindakan kriminal tersebut dengan Mr. Bernadotti. Oke. Terus yang kedua, mana dia lagi? Oh, yang lain nggak bisa ya. Terus yang satu lagi ini adalah sketch of the abuser. Sayangnya bukan di police archive. Oke, kita harus ke archive yang lain. Mungkin di City Hall atau di atau mungkin ada di ini, ada di koran. Arsipnya di koran mungkin. Sepertinya sih di sini ya. Farmasi Cordona Chronicles. Ada update baru
Good
kah?
luck, Mr. Holmes.
Sepertinya sih di sini. Sepertinya bukan. Oke, mungkin dari City Hall kayaknya. Cordona City Hall. Alright, dan kita bisa masuk ke City Hall. Ini bukan. Ah, ini dia, City Hall. Bukan nih. Ini dia.
Have you found anything helpful?
Oke, mari kita cek kembali di sini. Ah, tuh. Langsung ikonnya menyala. Oke. Cross shape badge. Oke, jadi subjeknya adalah official. Periodnya kita nggak tahu. Registry. District. Are usually awarded to British high-ranking official. Legal document kayaknya. To occupation. Distriknya di mana? Scaladio mungkin. Scaladio. Oh, langsung temu. Thomas Norton. Graduated from the University of Oxford, started working at Home Office Secretary, honored by the Queen herself, as the British envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in the City Hall. Jadi dia sebagai duta dari British dari London ke Cordona with his own cabinet in the City Hall. Jadi dia punya meja sendiri di City Hall ya. Thomas Norton. Jadi kita mesti mencari tahu tentang si Thomas Norton ini ya. With his own cabinet in City Hall. Mungkin kita bisa tanya-tanya di sini.
Have you found anything helpful?
Nope. Oh, ada di sini. Wah, oke. Thomas Norton. There you go. This is the guy.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Observe. Oke. Nggak tidur semalaman. Mata merah. Oke, terus ini dia. That's the cross. Well worn, never remove. Wah. Oh, there's blood in here. Wine? Ada sepatu, apa lagi yang ada di sepatunya dia? Oh, ada apa di mulutnya? Facial hair, no time to save. Ya, habis sekarang nggak tiduran ya, nggak tidur dia, jadi ini yang memanjang. Stays at work late, rumpled clothes. Okay. Envoy is in remorse. Jadi order of the butt, well worn, never remove. Jadi dia bajunya di badge-nya dia itu nggak pernah dibuka. and never takes it off. The red stain on his wrist indicates that he has recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled, he barely bothers to shave, and his red eyes. He may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. It looks as if he's living in a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of his past terrible mistake. Atau dia adalah party goer. This man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. Kayaknya enggak sih. And his lazy attitude enggak. Gua rasa ini, in remorse.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Show the photograph.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper.
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Okay. Who is blackmailing you? What happened at the party?
Boniface Mercurio. Does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Alasan. Ya, berusaha untuk ngeles dia. Who is blackmailing you?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Help the refugees or help Nila. Oke, kita bisa pilih dia untuk menolong ya. Help refugees saja kali ya.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Oh,
Naylor
dua-dua
deserves
ya.
the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism.
Oke. Kita bisa memikirkan sesuatu dulu. The photo will ruin the envoy's career. All refugees are victim of the system. They are in mass and can be mended. Wants to hide the proof. Oh, merciless justice, smaller evil for the greater good. Back atau sepertinya kita kekurangan satu clue lagi deh. Ini yang satu yang sebelah sini. Envoy testimony. Oke, kita perlu ke Niccolo Bernadetti. Kita mesti ngobrol ke Inspector Herbert Ryder. Oke.
I take your point.
Kita mesti keluar dulu. Main office, Southeastern Scaladio Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Road. Near the crossing with Scaladio, nih, near the crossing with Roman Road. Roman Road itu ada di sini. Bazaar Road, Bazaar Road dan Roman Road. Ini dia, ini dari sini. Nah, mesti dari sini, paling jauh, paling dekat dari situ. Oke, kita mesti investigasi dulu orang ini.
It seems they're Not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Mungkin dari belakang.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
Oke. What's this?
This earthenware came a long way from the Staffordshire potteries.
Kita bisa naik-naik sini nggak? Friendly.
May I ask you something?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Oh,
Porcelain friend for every child.
katanya kita bisa masuk ke sini.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Oke, kita mesti masuk ke sini. Dan bisa nggak?
This is private property. You lost something.
Good day, sir. I've been sent by City Hall to see Mr. Bernadotte about...
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
One.
One of you people is dead.
Listen, the man Bernadotte sent to...
So...
Oke, leave. Hit or not? Kita hit dia. Let's just leave.
Well, this has been miserable.
Sherlock, think. We know what the fellows from the gang look like. You can easily blend in.
Yep. Ya, kita mau stay. Ganti baju dulu. Oh, ini dia. Hehehe. There's the tattoo.
A perfect choice.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. Who are you? Haven't seen you before.
Didn't see you either, mate. I'm John. Just shipped in from London. Cheap bastards had me sharing a bunk with 2 others.
Aye, that sounds like Bernadotte. Why are you here?
A problem at the refugee camp. I need to report to Mr. Bernadotte. The sooner the better.
I knew it was only a matter of time until those savages stirred up trouble. Go on, get inside.
You did it, Sherry. A full immersion into the criminal underworld.
Oke. Kita sekarang mau kemana ini? Bernadotte, ya. The front door is, we should find another way in.
The silver had treasure, mate. Loads of pirate gold buried somewhere around, just waiting to be found.
It's all right. There's no treasure.
But maybe there is. I just need to crack the bloody riddle.
Sepertinya bukan sini.
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see what's hidden there.
Oh, ini ternyata lukisannya yang beneran. Terus kemudian mana lagi? Hey, that's the guy.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Apalagi nih? Oh,
A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least.
wow, penyelundupan ini artefak langka.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Smuggled artifacts.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Mungkin dari sini.
Hello, friend. Tough day, eh?
Apa ini? Surat. Cordona Chronicle. Zeppelin related front page. Nggak bisa masuk sini. Logistics.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Excuse me, Mr. Bernadotte is busy right now.
Way bills, legal, and what's this one? Expensive paper, invitation to ball. Ada lagi nggak yang lain? Kita bisa ngobrol sama dia.
Sir, you're obstructing the light. Could you step back?
I don't know who you are, but someone will be punished for letting you in. First, let's talk.
Oke, kayaknya kita mesti kesini deh.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Cordona 1875.
1875. It was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one. This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Gua nggak bisa masuk sana. Cek dulu yang lain. Nggak bisa juga. Nggak ada lagi yang lain kah? Ini juga bisa. Enggak, itu pintu keluar. Ini pintu masuknya sini. Berarti emang sudah sepatutnya kita menuju ke sini sih. Nggak ada. Kita cek dulu. Stolen painting. Udah ketemu. Smuggled artifact. Invoice testimony. Nope. Nggak ada lagi sepertinya. Ini bisa dulu. Relative, a little girl.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
Ada lagi yang lain nggak? Sepertinya nggak ada. Yaudah. Let's confront the guy.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Wow, oke, different from others. Tatonya dia lengkap. Doesn't shine dirty work. Tangannya bersih. Damaged skin. Head pellagra. Oke. Cold blooded. Ada pistolnya sendiri. Menikah. Calculating mastermind. Loses clip. Oke. Ruthless crime lord. Tato sama oke. Jadi bedanya apa ya dengan yang sebelumnya ya? Cruel gang leader, okay. Hard worker, initiate, grew hatred toward both. And it's always ready to make some. Raised in poor family, had to work in the fields from young age. Jadi dia punya pellagra karena dia harus bekerja dari kecil. Bekerja di ladang. The effects of which still show on his skin. To hide this under fancy clothes. Have different tattoos in the same style. Okay. Sedangkan yang ini calculated mastermind. He's still the same from the high life, keeping his clothing appearance quite conservative. Okay. Have different tattoos and tightly structured secretive criminal organization. Ya, sama. Hard worker in his youth, but still holds it in the holster. Calculating businessman. Kayaknya yang pertama.
Niccolo Bernadotti, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. Clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
Bonifacio.
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
Boniface.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her.
Okay,
Ensuing
kenapa ini
scuffle resulted in the man's
angle-nya sedikit
accidental
ke situ ya?
suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization and, thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
Oh, jadi dia
It was not
nge-blackmail.
originally my
Oke.
idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Coba lihat. Smuggle
I
artifacts.
could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Jadi dia menyelundupkan itu karena pajaknya mahal. Why did he need the girl?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses, all too often, disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Hey, refugees at your
I saw
warehouse.
refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Oke. Jadi kita buat konklusinya dulu. Dan ini adalah Bernadotte's offer. Victim of violation or system sufferer. Satu lagi. Dan ini dia. Blackmail material. Jadi Bernadotte wants to blackmail the envoy. Unexpected collaboration. The envoy is despicable and Bernadotte is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them. Only the truth of matter I must give to so he can make everything public. Kalau ini cuman si envoy-nya doang. Jadi gini teman-teman, kita bisa nangkap keduanya Oke. Envoy is despicable and Bernadotte is trying to take advantage. Atau kita kerjasama dengan Bernadotte. You're the evidence to blackmail the envoy. Enggak lah, kita tangkap aja. Let's go. Do the right thing. The envoy is despicable and Bernadotte is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them, only the truth will solve matters. Ya, saya akan berikan foto ini ke Vogel. Dan apalagi? Ya, Bernadotte's over udah. Dan ya, all key evidence. Ya, semuanya sepertinya sudah beres deh. Mungkin ada beberapa key evidence yang belum terkumpulkan. Enggak deng, semuanya sudah.
I opened the front door for you. Please, sir, do not linger.
Okay, thank you. Coba sebentar. Gue penasaran sih dengan si foto anak kecil ini. Select sini, switch conclusion. Ini dulu. Gue bisa ngobrol sejenak. Give him the photo, leave dulu deh.
I need some time to consider your offer, Mr. Bernadotte.
Oke, gue akan pergi. Sayangnya si fotonya dia, kita nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain dengan foto itu. Ya udah. Oke, merciless justice. Sekarang kita menuju ke Vogel. Dia ada di mana ya? Nih, Karavanserai. Oke, ganti baju dulu. Yep.
Mr.
ada pena.
Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Give him the photo.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
Mercury is dead, the thief is dead.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Bernadotte has your painting.
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotte's office.
Bernadotte? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
Yep.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
But
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
but my mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
A package from Vogel. And ya, kita akan akhiri dulu sampai sini. Gila, 3 jam. 3 jam waktu yang diperlukan untuk menyelesaikan kasus ini, teman-teman. I hope you enjoy the show. Dan sepertinya ini bukan... Nantinya saya akan potong-potong bagian-bagiannya, hanya untuk bagian-bagian penting aja. Dan nanti kalian akan bisa menikmatinya sedikit-sedikit saja, dengan bagian yang langsung di konklusinya aja. Oke. Dan ya, termasuk dengan ada beberapa ini juga, beberapa clue juga yang kita bisa dapetin. Dan ya, itu udah selesai semuanya. Dan ya, jadi kita akan kembali lagi masuk ke case yang di Mother's Palace ya. Alright. Thanks again for watching. See you again tomorrow and have a good one. Kita akan kembali lagi bersama Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 bersama saya Dedi Wicaksono di atas Gudang. See you.